My life in Paris. Hello. My name is Claire. I am excited to help you learn English. One of the best ways to learn English is by listening to stories and reading. So, I have written a story about my life in Paris. I have tried to make simple sentences. I hope you learn something valuable from my story. Let's have fun and learn English together. I am 9 years old. I study in the 4th grade. I live in Paris, the capital of France. Paris is a beautiful city. I want to tell you all about my life in Paris. I live with my mom and dad in a small apartment. Our apartment is on the 4th floor of an old building near the Eiffel Tower. I can see the top of the Eiffel Tower from my bedroom window. It is very tall and shiny at night. It lights up and sparkles every hour. We often go to the park near the tower for a picnic. I like to eat cheese and bread. It is so delicious. In Paris, we have a lot of bakeries. They sell tasty things like croissants, pain au chocolate, and baguettes. Every morning, my dad buys fresh bread from the bakery downstairs. The smell is so good. I love eating warm croissants for breakfast. They are soft and buttery. My favorite bakery is Le Petit Délice. I go to the school named the International School of Paris. My teacher's name is Madame Sophie. She is very supportive and helps me learn new things. We study subjects like math, science, history, and French. My best friend at school is Lily. She has curly hair and loves to laugh. We have so much fun together during recess. Paris has many beautiful places. One of my favorite places is the Louvre Museum. It is big and has many paintings and statues. There is a famous painting called the Mona Lisa. She has a mysterious smile. My mom says she is extraordinary. The Louvre is also home to the Winged Victory of Samothrace, a stunning ancient Greek statue. The Louvre Museum is one of the world's largest art museums. It has over 35,000 objects displayed across an area equivalent to 210,000 square meters, which is about 60 football fields. It is one of the most visited and recognizable artworks in the world. Another fun place is the Luxembourg Gardens. These gardens consist of French gardens and English gardens. It is a big park with flowers, trees, and a pond. I like to play with toy sailboats in the pond. Sometimes, we visit the playground and ride on the merry-go-round. I feel happy when I play in the park. The gardens also have statues and fountains that are very beautiful. There is a river in Paris. The name of the river is the Seine. Its length is 777 kilometers. There are many bridges over this river. My favorite bridge is the Pont Alexander III. It has golden statues and pretty lights. Sometimes, we take a boat ride on the Seine. It is thrilling to see the city from the water. The riverbanks are also great places for walks and picnics. I also love to visit the Notre Dame Cathedral. It is a centuries-old church with beautiful stained glass windows. They built it many, many years ago. It has a famous bell named Emmanuel. The bell weighs 13 tons. There was a big fire in 2019 in this cathedral, and currently, it is under construction. The government plans to open it in December 2024. The cathedral is very special to Paris. We often go there on Sundays to admire the architecture and the peaceful atmosphere. I want to tell you some interesting facts about Paris. It took 2 years to build the Eiffel Tower, from 1887 to 1889. It is 330 meters tall and has the same height as an 81-story building. It is over 130 years old. More than 7 million people visit the Eiffel Tower every year. There was a plan to take it down after 20 years, but people loved it so much that it stayed. Do you know the Eiffel Tower can grow taller by about 6 inches in hot weather? I was surprised when I came to know this fact. Paris is also famous for its food. We have delicious pastries, cheese, and chocolates. I love going to a cafe with my mom. We sit outside and watch people go by. Sometimes I get hot chocolate. It is so sweet and tasty. We also love crepes that we can fill with sweet or salty ingredients. There is a place in Paris called Montmartre. It is on a hill and has a big church called the Sacré-Cœur. The church is white and very pretty. You can see all of Paris from the top. Artists love to come here to paint and draw. My mom says many famous artists like Picasso and Van Gogh lived in Montmartre. Another famous place in France is the Arc de Triomphe. It is a big arch built to honor soldiers. I often go there. The arch is in the middle of a busy roundabout. From the top, you can see the Champs-Élysées, a famous street with many shops and cafes. We enjoyed the breathtaking view when we walked up the 284 steps to the top. Let me tell you more about my daily life in Paris. Every morning, we start the day with breakfast. We have fresh bread, butter, and jam. Sometimes, we have croissants or pain au chocolat. It is a chocolate-filled pastry. Breakfast is my favorite meal. After breakfast, my mom walks me to school. On the way, we pass by many beautiful buildings. Paris has centuries-old and pretty buildings. I like looking at the balconies with flowers and the big wooden doors. We also pass by a small bookshop where I buy storybooks sometimes. At school, I learn many things. We learn about numbers, letters, and colors. We also learn about animals and plants. Madame Sophie reads us stories. I love story time. During playtime, I like to build towers with blocks. My friend Lily and I also play dress up. We pretend to be princesses and have a tea party. The playground at school has swings, a slide, and a sandbox. Playing in the sandbox is so much fun. On weekends, my family and I explore Paris. One time, we visited the Musée d'Orsay. It is a museum in an old train station. It resides on the left bank of the Seine River. The museum has many beautiful paintings and sculptures. I saw paintings by artists like Monet and Van Gogh. The big clock at the museum is very cool. We also love to visit the Tuileries Garden. It is a big park near the Louvre Museum. The garden has many statues and fountains. There is a big pond where I can sail my toy boat. We sometimes have ice cream in the park. My favorite flavor is strawberry. Another favorite place is the Champs-Élysées. It is a very famous street with many shops and cafes. We walk along the street and look at the window displays. Sometimes, we stop at a cafe for a snack. I love eating crepes with Nutella. They are so yummy. The oldest bridge in Paris is the Pont Neuf. They completed it in 1607. There is also a building with a golden dome. The name of the building is Les Invalides. King Louis XIV built this as a home for soldiers. Today, it is a museum and the burial place of Napoleon Bonaparte. Paris has a lot of history. It is a centuries-old city. The Romans founded Paris over 2,000 years ago. They called it Lutetia. Later, it became known as Paris, named after the Parisian tribe. One of the most famous kings of France was King Louis XIV. He built the Palace of Versailles, which is outside of Paris. The palace is huge, vast, and beautiful. It has many rooms and gardens. We visited it once, and I felt like a princess. The French Revolution happened in 1789. It was a time when people in France wanted more rights and freedom. The attack on the Bastille prison was an important event in French history. Today, we celebrate Bastille Day on July 14th with fireworks and parades. In Paris, we have many celebrations. One of my favorite times is Christmas. People decorate the city with lights, and there are Christmas markets. We visit the market at the Champs-Élysées. It has stalls selling toys, food, and gifts. I love seeing the big beautiful Christmas tree. Another fun time is Easter. We have an Easter egg hunt in the park. The Easter bunny hides chocolate eggs, and I look for them with my friends. We also paint eggs in bright colors. In the summer, we celebrate Bastille Day. There are fireworks, music, and dancing. We watch the big parade on the Champs-Élysées. The fireworks at the Eiffel Tower are so beautiful. It is a thrilling day. When I grow up, I have many dreams. I want to be an artist and paint beautiful pictures. I also want to be a chef and make delicious food. My dad says I can be anything I want if I work hard and believe in myself. I want to travel and see other places. I want to visit New York, Tokyo, and Sydney. But Paris will always be my home. It is a city full of magic and wonder. I am proud to live in Paris. My neighborhood is vibrant. There are many shops, cafes, and markets. Every Sunday, we go to the local market. It is full of fresh fruits, vegetables, cheese, and bread. I love the colors and smells. My favorite fruit is strawberries. They are so sweet and juicy. We also have a little park near our apartment. It has a playground with swings and a slide. I play there with my friends after school. There is a big tree in the park. In autumn, the leaves turn orange and yellow. It looks pretty cool. We have some traditions in our family. Every Friday night, we have a movie night. We watch a movie and eat popcorn. My favorite movie series is Kung Fu Panda. I love the songs and the animals. On Sundays, we have a family dinner. My mom makes a big meal and we all sit together at the table. We talk about our week and share stories. It is a happy time. My favorite dinner is roast chicken with potatoes and green beans. We also like to explore other parts of Paris. One time, we visited the catacombs. It is a place underground with many tunnels and rooms. There are bones and skulls arranged in patterns. It holds the remains of more than 6 million people. It was a little scary but also very interesting. We also visited the Pantheon once. It is a big temple where they buried French people. We visited it once, and my dad told me stories about the people buried there. It was a pretty unique and different experience. The Opera Garnier is a beautiful opera house. We went there twice. It has a grand chandelier and many paintings on the ceiling. Sometimes, they have ballet shows there. I loved seeing the ballet there. It was the most epic experience of my life. The dancers looked so graceful. Paris is beautiful in every season. In the spring, the city is full of flowers. The cherry blossoms bloom, and the parks look very pretty. We like to go for walks and enjoy the fresh air. In the summer, the weather is warm. We spend a lot of time outside. We go to the parks, have picnics, and play games. Sometimes, we visit the Paris plages. It is a beach set up along the Seine River. There is sand, and we can build sand castles. It is so much fun. In autumn, the leaves change color. The city resembles a painting with red, orange, and yellow leaves. We collect leaves and make crafts at home. The weather gets cooler. We start wearing jackets and scarves. Paris is magical in the winter. People decorate streets with lights. We visit the Christmas markets and drink hot chocolate. Sometimes it snows. I love playing in the snow and making snowmen. Winter in Paris is very cozy and fun. So, this is pretty much my life in Paris. I hope you enjoyed my story and learned some new English words. Paris is a city full of history, beauty, and joy. I am happy to share my adventures with you. Thank you for listening to my story. Goodbye.